So, how's everyone?
I hope you're as well as we are.
Well,
as well as we can be.
Yeah, I've got 2 broken fingers. That's as well as we can go.
It's not the wanking.
No, it's the other hand. It's the waving. I don't know what that was.
Were you fucking royal or something?
Yeah,
waving.
I have to do with this hand now.
You broke your hand with copper.
Yeah, well, fun happens. Yeah. So I can't. It seems ages ago since we did the last one. The last one was the Rumble,
it was only
wasn't
just about a month. It's been about bang on.
Yeah, usually time flies. For some reason, it just stretched this month.
It's been quite a bit of a stretched month.
But yeah, we'll get to it.
I mean, tributes. The only thing I can think of is Ken Dodd.
Yes, my mum is so happy.
Why? She not like it?
She hated him.
Oh.
It was one of those. She mentioned it on Sunday, like Ken Dodd's got to be going a bit, and hence 3 days, 4 days later, here we are. So
so he died. He's quite a legend in the comic world.
Yeah, he was a well-known figure. I don't think. Again, not many deaths.
The only one we didn't mention last month was the singer from the Cranberries. She died.
Oh yes,
yeah.
It probably slipped my mind because I didn't really listen to them.
Got no name.
Yeah, but you comment below.
You know what we're on about.
If you want to. That's about it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, is there any more deaths?
Not that I'm aware of. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I suppose it's been a lucky month.
On to the happy stuff.
Yeah, let's go to happy stuff.
Okay, Deadpool 2 meet Cable trailer.
Brilliant. It was just brilliant. Again, it was. I don't know. There's nothing really negative to say. It was all positive, really. It was just the typical Deadpool trailer. And
the only thing it lacked was the fact that it didn't actually give you a rough idea of the story. But I don't really need it.
Well, that's the reason you're going to go see the story.
Yeah, it's just like the stories. I'm not with Deadpool stuff. I'm not that interested in knowing what the story is or anything or a rough idea because it's Deadpool. The way they did the marketing with these trailers and everything is just perfection.
Yeah. I suppose the smart thing they did, or some people might disagree. Obviously, Deadpool's a comedy aspect. The trailer shows it's going to be pretty much exactly the same humour and same wavelength as the first one. They focused a lot on the villain, Cable, right from the start and a bit at the end as well, which I'm not going to knock because it's like the first film was all about Deadpool. It didn't really no one really gave a shit who the villain was, but it's like, right, we're already aware of Deadpool now. Now we need to see his new threat. Because if it's just going to be all about Deadpool again...
The thing is that with Cable, we're fully aware of what he is as a character.
Yeah.
With Ajax, it's kind of like, we know who he is in the comics and everything, but he wasn't a big enough deal as Cable. Cable's a big fucking fan favourite.
Yeah, with Ajax, it was one of those... Deadpool gets created, he fucks... the guy who created him is a fucking prick. He's the villain. Simple as.
Yeah.
This one, it's like... They haven't really gave away why they hate each other yet. But again, a Deadpool film...
Doesn't really matter.
It's just, look, you're showing footage, they had the spoof stuff. When he was playing with the toys and he came dressed as Woody, I was pissing myself. It ticked all the boxes.
I got the stones for you, and then he just teabags him.
It just ticked all the boxes. Had footage, had the humour, showed a lot of Cable.
Gets you invested.
Yeah, it's one of them. I was like, well, of course I'm going to go and see it.
Yeah.
Pretty much straight up. So, very good.
And then to shoot it straight back down again, the Venom trailer.
See, I'm not going to shoot it down because I don't have an issue with this.
I put it in my fucking review. I thought it was shit.
The problem is, I think it's smart advertising because if it's kind of like showing, if you show the shark in Jaws straight away, you're like, oh,
I know.
You want that build up to see.
I know you want that build up, but I said in my review, I didn't need to see Venom in its glory.
Mm-hmm.
I just needed to see it forming over his arm or his face. The only tiny slight bit we got was that slight black vein up his neck when he was twitching. That was it. Like, if you took away the title from Venom, you wouldn't have a fucking clue what that film was. You wouldn't have a clue. I looked at that trailer and thought to myself, they've rushed that out because of all the Super Bowl stuff that was happening that week. They thought, shit, we better get one going out too. And they rushed it.
To be honest, I think that's what a teaser should do, because a teaser shouldn't show everything, and that's what I took from it. I know there wasn't much there. It was a lot of just Tom Hardy walking about.
That's the thing. I felt like it didn't tease anything. It just showed Tom Hardy being moody and twitchy. That's it.
It showed him walking about. It showed him in that coma thing. It showed a little bit of the symbiote in that tube thing.
Yeah.
It showed the actresses and showed some of the stunts. And again, like I say, I know where you're coming from. It didn't show a lot, but I'm going to go with that's teaser. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, if no one knew Venom was coming out, if they kept it really under wraps, and that trailer came up and they didn't reveal the title, similar to what they did with Cloverfield, so they just didn't reveal the title, I think Hollywood's smart enough now to go, if people see Tom Hardy's in it, they're going to be invested.
Yeah, and that's the main thing I'm invested in,
But yeah.
the fact that it's him.
So if you didn't know Venom was coming out and that thing came up with no title and you just seen Tom Hardy walk about and then suddenly going batshit in the coma thing,
I'd still be a little bit...
I'd still be like, I want to see what this is.
Yeah, I'd like to see another trailer, but I'd be kind of like, well, I don't really know what this is, so I'm not too sure. The only thing that's got me invested is the fact that it is Tom Hardy. It's not about what he's doing in the teaser or what it could potentially mean. It's literally the fact that it's Tom Hardy. I know for a damn fact that he's a fantastic actor and that he's very specific on what he picks. So whenever he picks something, it's bound to be a pretty good one.
Well, there must be an element of knowing it's Venom as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't be interested in the trailer at all.
It is true. I mean, I suppose to a point, but I'm thinking to myself, if Tom Hardy wasn't in it, would I be interested? And my honest answer is no. I don't need to... I'm interested in a Venom movie if it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Spider-Man is now. If having it separated, it just... I don't see the point. It feels like Sony are clutching at straws here because now that Marvel have the rights to Spider-Man, they feel like they've got to do something. So you don't have to do anything. Just let them carry on with Spider-Man and you can reap the shares and rewards from that.
The rumour is, it might have been a fake one, that Garfield is going to make at least some small appearance in... Sorry, I'm thinking the last one. Yeah, Tom Holland is going to make a small appearance in Venom, which would connect it all. But just, I will admit, it's not the greatest teaser trailer in the world I've ever seen, but knowing at that end bit when he's screaming and going mental, that we know what he's turning into, just was that kind of like, right, here we go. And then it cuts it off at the right moment to go, you want to see more, you come and see the movie, or wait for the next trailer.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'll stand up for it, and that's that. But, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teaser trailers, like 50 Shades of Grey teaser trailer. I'm already not invested in that.
I think any kind of thing about the 50 Shades, whether it be book or film or teaser trailer, is a bag of shit.
Yeah, it's just like, either watch porn or read a book.
If there's anybody out there as well that happens to have watched the 50 Shades films at all, the last one, 50 Shades Freed, that came out a while ago, go to Jeremy Johns' review of 50 Shades Freed, and it's fucking hilarious. Every single time that he because he has to go and see it, because it's part of his job, he actually gets paid to do this kind of stuff, and he's like, I'm so happy this trilogy's over. Oh, did I mention it's over? And every single time he does it, he breaks into song with like the runners and like spinners going every time. Halfway through the video, he's talking. Did I mention it's over?
If you're offended by what we just said, let me just throw this out there. I bet you're either a single woman or a bloke or woman in about their 40s. Am I right? I know I'm right. So there
Moving on.
Yeah, right.
I take it you haven't seen Black Panther yet?
No.
It
just, again, it's kind of the different side of the Venom spectrum here.
It is good.
The trailer itself didn't even...
Really?
Even knowing what the character was, and don't get me wrong, the character in Civil War was a complete badass, but he's always seemed to me as one of those characters, and someone's going to be out there going, oh, you're saying that because he's black. It's not. Don't even pull that fucking card. He always seemed that kind of character along the lines of Hawkeye and Black Widow that were pivotal characters but not strong enough to have their own movie.
I can understand that, but I think once you've seen this film, your opinion will change.
Oh yeah, I probably will see the film. It's like, it took me a few years, but I did watch Thor: Dark World on Netflix. Because I did realise the last few Marvel films that have come out I haven't seen. I haven't seen Homecoming or Ragnarok or Panther.
I can lend you them.
Well, okay, fair enough. I'm probably more... A lot of people are putting up Ragnarok.
Yes,
the Spider-Man I've always been a fan of, but again, at like the third reboot, you start beginning to lose faith. But
yeah, again, I can understand the stress of that, but I would basically say the Garfield stuff, ignore that, pretend it never happened, and then it would make it a lot easier.
Okay.
Because Tobey Maguire did his own thing, and that was great, and now Tom Holland is doing his thing, and as far as I'm concerned, he is the perfect Peter Parker in Spider-Man. He nails it. Absolutely nails it.
Okay.
The thing in the Garfield in the middle, I think that was the one that was rebooted too soon.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll admit that was rebooted
Then
too
Holland
soon.
was Damage Control.
Because I actually didn't have much of a problem with Amazing Spider-Man 2. I got the thing with Rhino, and they shouldn't have touched on the mystery of his parents, because no one really gave a shit.
I just feel like it was a bit too clustered.
Amazing Spider-Man 1, I was okay with it until they made Lizard talk. And I was like, and it didn't even look like that threatening
Yeah,
Lizard.
it's like he had a flat face. I hate that.
Flat face. Could talk, so it was like, okay, so it's not a Jekyll and Hyde thing. He's very aware of what he's doing as a monster, so he's just a prick, which a villain should be, but it's not what the comic books did. So, yeah, I will check out Homecoming and probably Panther at some point.
Dude, yeah, like I was saying, I mean, obviously I've reviewed it, but it is every bit as good as everyone thinks it is, and not because of all the stuff they're building around the fact it's the first ever black superhero. Even though Blade was been around beforehand. But,
that's true. Yeah.
But, it is, ignoring all that, just going in and seeing it as a comic book film is incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
The next thing was just quite a lovely bit of news that happened this week.
Lovely
little bit of news.
Okay.
Mr. Jon Favreau.
Oh, the Star
Wars series. Yeah, he's been given a series. I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix or Prime. I'm not too sure where they're going. I'd imagine Netflix, because rumours are that that's where they were thinking of going. But the fact that he's producing and writing and...
He's a great director.
He's a great director. Iron Man 1 and 2... I mean, I know Iron Man 2 wasn't met with great stuff, but I still enjoyed it. He's a great actor. Have you seen the film Chef?
No.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Really, it's just a lovely little indie film. He's in it, and I think he directed it as well. Incredible. Really, really well done.
Okay.
But yeah, he's renowned as a great director, and the fact that he's part of this is incredible.
Is that the only revealed details so far? So we don't know what time period.
Don't know what he's doing. Don't know whether it's going to be a prequel, sequel. I don't know whether it's going to be Old Republic. We don't know if it's a specific character. Someone brand new.
I mean,
we don't know.
I nearly was going to say Clone Wars, but I think they've done enough in the animation.
Yeah, we've done that to death now. I think.
Yeah, that we're aware of what happened.
I need to finish up Rebels as well. Season 4's all finished up now, and I need to watch it because apparently there's some big game changes in it.
Yeah. To be honest, I think what would make more sense. I know they've done some video games and maybe a few little TV shows in there. Yeah, do something between 3 and 4. I know they've done Rogue One.
And I've done Rebels as well.
Yeah.
Between 3 and 4, but it depends on where they do it and who it is they focus on.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to focus on, it might be too.
See, to me, I would prefer it between 6 and 7.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
We've got a big gap there to fill, and we've got a couple of bits from Battlefront 2, but that's it. A couple of books.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if he grants everybody's wish in his series and kills off Jar Jar.
No, that'd be great.
Because the other bit of news, if we're going Netflix series-wise, a little bit of news is that they've green-lighted Black Mirror Season 5, which is cool. I'm halfway through Season 4, and it's excellent.
I need to pick it back up again.
Yeah, I've started picking it up again. And Spielberg has confirmed he's working on the Halo TV series.
Oh, he's thinking of doing it?
He's in it. He's
okay, that's good, because that's been a long time coming.
Yeah, well, a lot of fans have been begging for a Halo movie or this kind of thing, but as any video game fan is, there's very, please don't fuck it up.
See, I reckon if he did a trilogy of TV episodes, 10 episodes a series, is enough.
Yeah, it would work.
That will be a nice, healthy amount to get what you need to put into it.
It depends on which way it's going to go, because they kind of did a small, straight to Blu-ray, I don't know if it's short movie, short series called Halo Nightfall, and they've done a couple of little animation things as well. But I don't know if Spielberg wants to do this. Well, this TV series is a spin-off, and then build it to an actual movie.
I mean, he could do.
Yeah,
there's no.
But if Spielberg's on board and enjoys what he does TV series, I think Hollywood's smart enough to know you put Hollywood and Halo together with the amount of fans out there, it's going to be a shitload of money.
And he has still got it, because I've heard apparently there's some really good reviews with Ready Player One.
Yeah, I keep seeing that.
I've seen the trailers and I think it looks quite interesting, but I don't know whether I'm going to see it in cinema. But then everybody's raving saying Spielberg's still got it.
Well, the fact that they're mixing all these kind of different things together, because I'm pretty sure I saw
the DeLorean in there, obviously.
I saw the DeLorean, I saw the Iron Giant. I'm pretty sure I saw actually some Halo soldiers in there. So it's like you're bringing all these worlds together, which is not only a gamer but a Hollywood person's dream. Yeah. Man, if he throws Ghostbusters in there, that's the final. Okay, that's it for me. We got Ghostbusters in there as well. Throw a T-Rex in there, we got a deal. So there's a lot of things exciting. TV, Netflix, movie-wise.
This is why I love living in this kind of world that we've been able to have all this kind of geeky stuff that we wanted as children, and now we're getting it as adults. And I love the fact that we're able to have that. We're having all these comic book movies. We're having more Star Wars. We're having TV shows that actually cater to our childhood.
Well, speaking of childhood, you got the the future's kind of in some instances looking bright, but it kind of brings me to my next 3 points. I know that I think let me get this right. I know elements of this are true, but I'm not sure what. Spyro the Dragon's being remastered.
Yes.
And a new trilogy, I've heard.
Yes.
But I'm not sure on this part. I don't know if it's new trilogy with the graphics, or because there was rumours that they're just going to go, you know what, it'll be the old school graphics, which I'm fine with. It'll give it that class.
Retro edge.
Yeah. I nearly had a hissy fit until they said Xbox One as well. I know Crash is coming to Nintendo Switch and Xbox One. I was like, I'm there, July. It's in my fucking front room. And I bought one of those mini Super Nintendos the other day.
Oh, you bought one?
Yeah,
Is it good?
It. It's excellent.
Is it like 70 quid?
70 quid, yeah.
I looked at it and I thought I might get that because obviously I said once I move into the house I want to build like a man cave in the loft. It's like partly converted already. I was thinking about purchasing one of that, so I'll have the Switch, the Cube, the N64, and then that.
Yeah, I got
Super
rid of my
Nintendo
Cube. I kind of regret it now, but because if anyone gets it, just a heads up, because I got a little bit worried. It doesn't come with a plug. It's not going and get your own. It's one cable's the HDMI, one is a USB port. It just charges through like a port from your TV.
Oh, so you don't have to plug it in?
No, there's no plug. It's just porting the telly, HDMI cable, you're in.
That's awesome.
Also, I went to put in the controllers, and they're like big black blocks, but they've still got the old retro things. I was like, how does this work? The thing actually just come forward. It's a flat, and you connect it, and then you just turn on, and you got all those old school games. So me and my brother were playing Street Fighter 2, Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart, and I was like, I'm back at home here. But things seem so much easier now. When back in as a kid, it was so.
Yeah, because your brain hadn't developed properly.
Well, yeah. So I completely nailed like the first castle of Super Mario World within like 5 minutes. I was like, piece of piss. All right, but yeah, that's cool. Future and retro.
And again, I suppose another lovely bit of news as well.
Lovely.
Got some lovely news this week. Mark Hamill finally gets his start on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Did you not hear about it? Finally got it.
Finally.
Yeah. It's fucking well overdue. I think the Last Jedi performance probably clinched it for them and just said,
yeah. I was going to say, I mean, from maybe, even though Hollywood should be in on this, from an outside point of view, they might think when you think Mark Hamill, you think Star Wars and nothing else. But now, with internet, social media, you know how much he's done. He's done the Joker. He's appeared in The Flash as the trickster every now and then.
He's been in other things as well.
Has
he been in Doctor Who or something?
I know he does a lot of voice work for other things, for video games, cartoons alike. He must have acted in other stuff. He was in The Muppet Show, and I thought he was excellent in The Muppet Show. It was soon after Empire Strikes Back, and he was just full of energy. Yeah. He just seems like such a cool guy. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy. Harrison Ford was there as well.
Oh, cool.
With him, and basically said the only thing that's upsetting is that we don't have our final member in the trio.
Well, of course, it's going to be
sucky, but
I mean, I guess
George Lucas was there as well.
Well, I expect you should be, really. I mean, he owes a lot. He
ain't got nothing else going on.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's. I'm guessing we're getting closer to the release date of Last Jedi soon because
it's coming out tomorrow. I think.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
But there you go then. I mean, I thought it's been long enough now.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. We're in March. Let's do this thing. So yeah, cool.
Did you hear about the comments that Jeffrey Dean made? I don't know whether you know who Jeffrey Dean is.
No, I don't think
He's
so.
the guy he's in The Walking Dead. He was that character with the leather jacket.
He wants to be Batman.
Yes. Because he was in Batman vs Superman in the opening thing as Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
With the mustache.
Yeah.
And basically they're doing Flashpoint, which is the Flash standalone film, but the Flashpoint comic book is kind of like a flipping everything on his head type thing, and he becomes Batman, and then obviously his wife becomes the Joker. That kind of thing kind of builds into it, and they've talked about it, and he's basically said he's well up for it.
He's got that rugged look, which is perfect for the he goes, I want to do it, and you do that. You kind of take the eyes away, and the jawline. Yeah, that's Batman.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with Thomas Wayne becoming Batman and Flashpoint, and the fact that he's so up for it.
Yeah, I mean, he has that presence. I mean, I haven't seen him again. He was Thomas Wayne in Dawn of Justice. The only things one I've seen in him, one I've know about. I know he became that guy from The Walking Dead, which is the only kind of relevant thing I know about the series. And he was the father of the two main characters in Supernatural. And again, this was the first time I've seen him on TV. I thought, this guy is excellent. It was hardly on screen in that. But with those characters of how evil he was in Walking Dead, and he was a very dark but like almost subdued character in Supernatural. Connect them, get that angry Batman gritty tone, and you've got the perfect elements awesome. There. So yeah, if people are listening, get that guy.
Get him. Get him.
Yes.
And then I think it was this week as well. It was this week as well. Only what this week?
No.
The Smash Bros announcement trailer.
I saw it. Yeah.
It's like you just see the Splatoon characters, and then the next thing you see is Mario and Link's head turn. You're like, yes.
If we're talking about shit teasers, I thought that was quite a shit teaser, to be honest with you.
Because at the end of the day, it's different with the video game, especially for something like that, because it's not story-driven in any way. It's literally pick a character, beat the shit out of people. Yeah. That's it.
But I'd probably be more excited if I still had the GameCube or something, but there you go. Because it'll be a Nintendo exclusive, won't it? But it's still cool.
I'm happy that it's coming back. I mean, it's probably inevitable anyway, but the fact we're going to get on the brand new one is... I'm so down.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of lad nights.
Just quickly, going back to movies, because it just popped in my head. If people don't know, we're big fans of Key and Peele.
Yes,
we are. Just so you know, there's more sketches on YouTube now.
Yeah, I've started watching some.
But Jordan Peele won an Oscar for Get Out. And I was so happy for it.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm not going to say it's because he's black, because it's not. Forrest Whitaker, other black people have won for that. But for what the movie was about, and for what he's known as primarily as that one-half comedy duo, to step out that shadow and go, I'm not just a comedy guy.
This is also what I can do.
Yeah, to do, because usually when you watch the Oscars, you hear about these international indie films that you never heard of, and he goes, oh, Best Picture, Je clear, blah, blah, blah. You're like, well, what the fuck happened to Dark Knight? So for a mainstream horror film to get that award, and again, he even said in his speech, like, it was one of those things that I've been writing it for years, but thought, yes, no, this isn't good enough, but persevered. And now he's won an Oscar. It's like, he's proof that you believe in yourself. You can do it.
He's more than capable.
I haven't seen the film yet.
It does look very interesting.
Yeah, it was one of those films I was like, oh, I've got to see that. But it sparked my interest. Not just because it's won an Oscar. It was always one of those where I saw the trailer thinking... Because the main character in that's from Black Mirror.
Yes,
that's
Black Mirror,
caught my attention.
He's also in Black Panther.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, he's in Black Panther as well. He does a pretty cool role in that. Yeah,
so, I'll probably try and find it at some point, along with Black Panther and Thor and all that. I've got a lot of things to watch.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I think it's time for wrestling.
Yeah, I hope we've got enough fucking time for this.
Well,
I want to have dinner at some point.
We'll blast with a quick shit.
Yeah. The wrestling thing. Inside joke. Okay.
Right. So, Elimination Chamber.
And Fastlane.
Yeah, and then obviously Raw that happened tonight as we'll go through.
Well, last night.
We might as well blast through Elimination Chamber. It was just kind of meh.
Yeah, Chamber didn't impress me at all. Yeah. To be honest, it was probably one of the worst things you've seen in a while.
Yeah, everything... happened exactly the way I thought it would happen.
But even the quality of matches, because they still got this thing of it's the Elimination Chamber, you should be excited. It's like, well, ever since last year, we know it's this watered down kind of toy of the... Because, I know they've got to be more careful, well, to a degree more careful with their superstars, especially around WrestleMania season, but the original...
Don't put the chamber in the Elimination.
Don't do that. And the Elimination Chamber, the original one, was this horrible, hard, barbaric structure where people could get hurt at any moment via accident, on purpose, whatever.
It's a bit softer now with the pants.
Yeah, it just... So, it's one of them where it's like... and also, and this is nobody's fault, but it's just time's fault, there's not really many other spots to do in that chamber which haven't already been seen, going through pods and climbing.
I did like the fact we got our first women's elimination chamber though.
Oh yeah, great for them. I mean it was a good match.
It was reasonable.
Yeah, but reasonable. The best way of putting it. It didn't blow my mind, but yeah, they delivered what they said they were going to do.
Yeah, all the other matches were just kind of meh.
They were Raw matches.
Yeah, and then the main event was. I mean, the great thing about it is that Strowman eliminated everyone.
Strowman looked on fire.
Yeah,
he really
and
did.
then obviously Reigns came and won because Reigns is going to Mania to bed Brock Lesnar. We know that. We knew that was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of moments where I thought to myself,
Braun might do it.
Braun, but also at one point I was thinking, are they going to give this to Rollins? Because he's been chucked in at the last minute and he's doing really well here. And that Iron Man match that he had on Raw the previous night.
Well, yeah, it proves how...
Earlier in the week. So
Yeah.
They just suddenly just got really high on him all of a sudden. I was like, have they changed their mind? You know what I mean? So I thought to myself, for a split second, I thought maybe.
They're good at this second guessing yourself thing.
Yeah.
And it's a smart thing to do now because there's the fans like, who still don't, I won't break the fourth wall here, but, don't know the ins and outs of the company and just go, oh, right, yeah, go him or boo him. Where there's fans like us who know a bit behind the scenes or...
No, the politics of it.
Yeah. So... to do things that make fans like us even go, are they going to go this direction? It keeps that edge of excitement, and I think they need to keep going in that direction.
With everything is the way it is at the minute with social media and internet and all that kind of stuff, it is very difficult to do that.
Yeah, because things are leaked or it's predictable.
Kayfabe's more or less dead.
Yeah, because you know how storylines usually go and things how it's written, and to shock us every now and then. Yeah, and there's a fly in it. Shock us every now and then.
Fly!
Is a difficult thing to do nowadays. So, because I can't even remember the rest of the cards now. So there was the Raw tag titles. Again, just a match.
Standard.
See, the only other thing that stands in my mind, which was maybe the highlight of the night, but was still a botch fest, was the Ronda Rousey contract signing.
Yeah, I mean, that was alright.
It just seemed...
It built up, I suppose.
Yeah, some of the crowd were not as supportive for Ronda. Ronda was obviously a little bit...
new to it.
Yeah, I know. She's obviously used to be in front of a crowd because of the Octagon, but
she didn't have to talk much.
Yeah, and the universe might have shook her a bit because you had some cheering, and some were booing apparently because they were annoyed. Her opponents at the Rumble might have took the shine off Asuka's victory, which is like, well, no decision, leave her alone.
Yeah, it isn't. But again, it's the same thing with Reigns, isn't it? It's not his decision to be at the top of the pile.
No.
Vince has basically said this is happening, so unfortunately we can't boo Vince because he's not there. We have to boo Reigns
to get the point across.
Yeah,
but with Ronda, I was thinking we actually probably want to see Ronda more than Roman. No, that's not a problem. We do. And she hasn't even had a match yet, so let's give her a break.
I wasn't really bothered about Roman Reigns and Lesnar, but the last couple of weeks over Raw, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, this is the smart thing they're doing.
Building it to the point I'm thinking, all right, I'm starting to get invested more than I thought that I would.
Yeah, well, like we spoke about this the other day at the pub. Believe it or not, we drink.
We have to.
There's a difference.
We have to tolerate each other.
Yeah, there's a difference between. Don't know it. There's a difference between peeking behind the curtain and the WWE themselves going, "Oh, have a look at this," and that's what they're starting to do at the minute, and it's a smart thing to do because it keeps people still thinking they're smart and know everything, and that gives them the chance to swerve us.
So yeah, I mean. Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, I really can't remember the rest of the... I think there was another women's match in there. Oh, Asuka Nia, which was okay.
Yeah.
But we all know the outcome. So yeah, that was it. Fastlane was... It was a lot better.
Solid.
It was... I'm not going to say it was excellent. I'm not going to say it surprised me.
But it was solid and serviceable.
Yeah, it was one of them where I was thinking, Fastlane, in all likelihood, you're going to disappoint me. And look, they didn't amaze me, but they didn't disappoint.
No.
So, because apparently, no, this wasn't the first match on, but the SmackDown tag titles kind of called that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to come out to...
but I like that, though. I mean, they wrecked shop.
It's a build-up to main... Because apparently the main match, they haven't announced it yet, will be a Fatal 4-Way for the tag titles, being Bludgeons, New Day, Usos, and Chad, Gable, and Benjamin.
Right.
But apparently Xavier's injury is genuine.
Really?
Yeah, when they did the spinebuster thing. I think the spot was meant to happen, obviously, but there was an injury involved. And
shit, because Sarah kept saying that. I think he's really injured. It's like, no, I think he's just active.
Yeah, I thought that with the hyperventilating thing, I was saying, I think he's a little tip of that to Devon there, because Devon would always spaz out when something like that happened to him. But no, I think maybe they sold it more on TV, but there is a genuine injury in there, which is unfortunate.
I mean, the match just before the Bludgeon Brothers came out was still high pressure and high octane.
Oh yeah, New Day and Usos never
they were just going all over the place. I just started generally knowing who was going to win this, and then when the Bludgeon Brothers came out, I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, and it was one of the few times where DQ happened, and I wasn't disappointed, and I was perfectly happy with that. I wasn't disappointed.
It's a mania builder, and it wouldn't surprise me if the Bludgeon Brothers finally win the tag titles, because they've been there years now and they haven't held gold. So
I mean, then Nakamura and Rusev opened, and it's a good opener.
Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously who's going to win, but the fact that Rusev is still loved and he did really well in the match, was times where I'm thinking maybe.
Well, the thing I was wondering is, like, are we going to get a louder Rusev Day chance than Nakamura chance in this? Because Rusev Day is so over, it's unreal.
It's pretty even, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fans are smart to go, we love Rusev, but we need to egg on Nakamura here because in case Vince goes, they didn't cheer him enough, maybe we'll take our WWE title picture. No, don't do that. We want that dream match.
Yeah, that was a worry in the main event.
Yeah.
But, what else do we have before the main
Orton's the new US champ.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
No, I did. To be honest, I didn't want Orton to take it because, Bobby needs it more than Orton does. However, the only thing I'll be alright with is that if Bobby gets it back at Mania.
Yeah, but what I said, the match was decent enough.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good match. Because
what I liked about it, because again, had that shock value. Orton's now a Grand Slam champion. They're obviously building to a triple threat with Jinder.
Potentially Rude turning heel.
Yeah, because what he did when he fair enough, DDT and Jinder is fair enough because he had no intention. DDT and Orton, that kind of heel move, like, I'm pissed. It's like Bobby's always been a better heel.
Yeah, we all agree. It's like, it can't come soon enough.
And he can keep the music with that heel thing.
Plus, you've got to have a couple of heels win at Mania. You can't have every single face win.
So
if you have him win at Mania as a heel...
I'm pretty confident Miz is winning at Mania. I think
really?
I'm calling that. Because it's very typical kind of formula of, like, you throw the likes of Finn and Seth in there, and the whole fans are going, who are they going to give the belt to, Finn or Seth? I think Miz is walking out as the shock.
Fair enough. What else do we have?
We had again, I didn't see the end of the women's title match happening. I just didn't expect Asuka to be there.
No, me neither. Because, literally, me and Sarah were sitting discussing it. I was like, right, if Charlotte wins this, I thought to myself, there was times I was thinking, Ruby's working really well here. Mm-hmm. I thought, if you want to have that lovely fairy tale moment with Charlotte, because I couldn't think of anyone else that she could go against at Mania.
Yeah.
Because Asuka was out of the picture.
Yeah.
I thought, alright, I have Ruby win it tonight then. Push her, I know it might be a bit early, but push her, have her win it, and then you can have that lovely fairy tale moment of Charlotte winning it back at Mania, and have her as because the only time she's retained at Mania is as a heel. You want her to win it, you want her to win as a face. So I thought, well, maybe do that then. There's points I thought, well, maybe they might do it. And then Charlotte won. I was like, right, so they kind of backed themselves into a corner here. What are they going to do? Because I can't think of anyone else you can go against.
Yeah, then boo.
And then you hear Asuka, like, fuck.
See, that, again, it was smart.
Didn't see it.
Because, I didn't see
Definitely
it coming.
swerved.
But what they did, they were smart in the whole night of it. Because you had that Divas tag thing, which, again, to me, was the piss break match.
Yeah, definitely.
But
it's a nothing match.
The fact that Carmella and, who was she with? Natalia won it, thinking, right. Because I think what was on everybody's minds was that Money in the Bank briefcase. Thinking, if Carmella now thinks she's on a roll tonight, I think she might cash in. So I think what everyone was thinking that SmackDown was like, is she cashing in? Is she cashing in? So to swerve us all with... No, actually Asuka's here. Like, brilliant. Because there wasn't even a leak that Asuka was in the building.
Didn't have a clue.
And
Sarah thought of something as well, and I thought... She said if it happened, she wouldn't watch wrestling ever again. But I said to her, I was like, yeah, but...
You said that about CM Punk.
Yeah, exactly. I said that about CM Punk and I'm still watching it. I said, yeah, but if it did happen, she'd be one of the biggest hated people in the whole thing. Have Asuka beat Charlotte at Mania and then Carmella cashes in, not only becoming champion, but taking
the streak.
Undefeated streak. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it did, you fucking hate her.
Yeah, I think it'd be a mistake. To be honest, it wouldn't. One of the spots I would call if I was in that position is at Mania. There's always a really long fucking ramp. Always a long ramp.
Yeah.
No, it's not a complaint. It's just the way it is. It wouldn't surprise me if Charlotte has to go put on a clinic and Charlotte locks in the figure eight like right in the middle of the ring, but Asuka's like tore Charlotte a new asshole at this point. So Asuka's in the figure eight, and you're thinking this is it. Not only is the streak over, but she's tapping out, and Asuka just refuses to tap out. She's in it for like a good 2 minutes or something. To a point, looks like she's passing out. She perks up, and Charlotte eventually just collapses out of the energy she's doing, the pressure to keep her up, and they're both just lying there. And that's when Carmella's music hits. But on her way to because she'll skip with the attitude she's got. And at that point, as like Charlotte's looking up thinking, no way, Asuka just cleans Charlotte's clock, pins, and there's that shock element. And as Carmella gets to the ring, Asuka just stands right there side of the ring like, you want to go? Let's do it if you think you're hard enough. and maybe Carmelo just backs off. I go, okay, maybe not tonight.
Because nice shocker.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be at WrestleMania.
No, because I don't think you want to do that too soon, because you've only just done that with Seth a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the latest they've ever left it, not include, since it's become its own pay-per-view, was the night after WrestleMania 29. And, I'm fine with Carmella, just leaving it to the point where a few months ago, you did forget she was in Miss Money in the Bank. Do that again, so when the music hits up, oh, yeah. But with Mania season, you're always going to be speculating these kind of things. Yeah, of course you are, so, main event for Fastlane, I'd say. It owned.
It's good.
Yeah, because...
It built a lot of stories. It built Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens potentially going against each other at Mania, with maybe Shane involved in some way, maybe a triple threat. It built up Cena with his defeat and all that kind of stuff.
It was all done really well.
Everybody had the time to shine. Even Corbin at some point, that deep six he did on, I think, was it Ziggler?
Oh, at one point he was just denying everybody.
That deep six was insane.
Yeah, the two matches I thought would steal the show that night were either tag title match or the six-man challenge. And the six-man did. No offence to tag titles, because, again, with that Usos New Day over, they've proved their point. They started strong. The stealing of each other's finishes thought was a good idea.
That was quite interesting.
The Bludgeon Brothers thing happened.
The six-pack was definitely still show stealer.
Yeah, the six-pack, it was just that high-octane energy. There
were a couple of points where I thought Cena might do it, especially when AJ went through the table.
Oh yeah, when he went to the table, I was just God!
The whole time you're thinking, does Vince suddenly think that this match is not good enough and they're going to have to make it a triple threat with Cena? I was like, please don't do this.
Yeah.
Please don't do this. I was really invested, thinking it might happen.
When AJ went to the table, I was there going, please just be smart storytelling.
Yeah,
please just.
And he was gone for ages. It was like 10 minutes. I was like, oh my God, is he out? He can't be out. Every single time someone was in the ring going for pins, I was like, AJ, get the fuck back up.
Well, yeah, there was another rumour going, when Shane came out, straight I was thinking, well, Daniel's going to be right after. So I was already like, what the fuck's going on? One of the rumours, and I'm so glad it looks like it's not going that way, was it was going to be Shane McMahon, Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania. Why? I have no idea. But luckily, it looks like it's not happening.
Yeah.
Shane took that kick like a pro. Kevin kicked his head off. When he interrupted both Sami and Kevin's attempts, at some point I was expecting Brian's music to hit and that, what are you doing? So it built up to the possibility of Sami versus Kevin and Shane Bryan, and which I'm hoping and presuming something like that will come to win tonight on SmackDown. Because I was just really suspicious why Daniel wasn't there at all that night.
Yeah. It's a bit weird. But at the very least, it looks like we might get Kevin versus Sami at Mania. Which they always put good matches on anyway, but if you're doing it at Mania, it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, whether or not there's a title on the line.
Well, again, one of the other rumours is... I'd always... Yeah, like I said, the dream is Sami, Kevin for the title. But again, we've already got our dream match for the title this year.
Yeah.
The rumour, which is... It'd be such a shame for them, is they're just going to be part of the Andre the Giant Memorial.
Yeah, I heard that rumour.
Which
I don't
is
want that. It makes no
terrible.
Sense. Make it a separate match. Just have them get to each other, put Shane as a referee, or make it a triple threat. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just do that. Just have them doing something. You can't put them in the Royal.
Yeah. Cena did well.
Because you've got to have one of them win it.
When Cena... when AJ won and he celebrated, Cena staying in the ring, I was thinking...
He smacked the camera.
Well, yeah, that was it. Smart from him. It was like, as it goes, just not my face like that. Very good. That's great for you, what your storyline is at the minute. But I was thinking, if Cena's still in the ring when AJ leaves, is this when we're going to hear the gong?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was going to happen in the middle of the match.
Yeah, we were all thinking that. Thinking, oh, here we go. This is it. I was expecting Shinsuke to come out at the end of the match, but fair enough that he didn't. And it all now leads to what we saw on Raw, and that was one of the best.
Yeah,
because
I've just watched Raw. Yeah, it was one of the better Raws of the year.
Yeah, it's always a worry after a pay-per-view when you go, there's only 4 weeks to go, and I haven't got the full card, and not much build-up.
Yeah, it's the thing. You always worry about is there going to be enough build-up for these matches?
Well, a lot of people are saying there's not enough build-up for Taker Cena. And I think there is, because what Cena did in that promo, he's just in high octane already.
I said the exact thing because Tom Collins messaged me saying, I know you didn't like spoilers. So I was like, I'll read your message once I've watched. Yeah. I watched it and read his message, and he told me about the whole Cena thing, and I said, I just watched it, and said, I was not invested in the match at all, purely on the fact that I thought it was definitely not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought to myself, well, how do you get yourself built up in less than 4 weeks? I was like, he did it in one promo.
He
One
absolutely
promo,
nailed
as
it.
soon as he dropped that mic, I was like, that's it, I'm invested, 100%. Like, Taker doesn't even need to appear until Mania.
That's
And
what I think is going to happen.
And I'm good.
Because I think on one side, Taker's always been that mystic guy anyway, and it would just frustrate Cena more if Taker weren't there. And then for Taker to just appear at Mania. And I'm not saying Cena should brick it, but to see in Cena's face like, okay, now this is actually happening now. I don't think I've bitten off more than I can chew, but here we go. But everything he said, I mean, his wife's Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram thing, you're not washed up, you're not broken down, stop, pick yourself up, stop being a baby.
Yeah, well, you self-centered egomaniac. I was like, you're really pushing buttons here.
Yeah.
But again, it goes, if you want me to be you, you go fine. And that line of like, you want to see Take kick my ass? You want to see me get tombstoned? Well, they want to see it, and I want to see you try. It's like, boom, yes! Okay.
So I can't believe, like, it's 2018 and those guys are invested in a Cena promo / match.
It's because, again, after that, knowing he actually has stepped back out the spotlight, and with the help of the network social media, we always knew he did charity work, but to see his workload, he's gained respect, and we've wanted that match for the last few years.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially when you get those shit equivalent of Roman Reigns, and as cool as the Shane Taker cell match was, it was like, no one ever asked for that.
No one asked for it.
So, we got Bray Wyatt, and then for the last couple of years, it was like, yeah, alright, 32's okay, 33's like, oh, God, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, let's send him off on his shield.
Yeah, he needs to go out on his back and have a proper end, and if that's going to be it needs to be a bigger end than this Reigns thing. It's like, it needs to be conclusive.
Yeah.
If this is going to be the last match, they need to make it so.
Win, lose, or draw.
He needs to take all his stuff off like he did, and then he needs to actually address and take the mic and say, I am done. We need something.
I don't think...
You can't have it end the same as the last one ended. You need to have something to go, right, that's conclusive, he's done.
Yeah, I don't think he should take the attire off again. Because again, it would just be like, well, we've seen this last year, and because if he's doing it again, it's like we've seen it last year, so this might mean nothing again. I think, to be honest, and a lot of people probably disagree with me in this, because at first I was thinking, right, who wins? Because
Cena.
Well,
if he's ending,
yeah, but does Cena need it? No, he doesn't. But does Taker need to beat Cena? No, he doesn't. Not in this day and age. So I'm thinking, what if they just tore each other up to those near falls of like, we really don't know who's walking out with this one with a victory, and it's an actual draw. And a lot of people would be pissed, I know, but I'd be okay in the fact that like all these guys did is give everything they've got, a quality wrestling match, and neither one of them are going to say I'm better than the other.
But it needs to be a quality wrestling match, because the last couple of matches to Taker have been sloppy. If this is going to be his last one, he really needs to step it up.
What wouldn't surprise me as well, because it looks like Cena's going to be there less and less now, maybe to the point of like Lesnar kind of date. If they walk up the ramp together, and then almost maybe Cena doesn't join in with the fist thing up in the air, but they just walk off together. And that's maybe... Because if it's happening, I think this is going to be the last match on the card. And then, Taker needs to probably come out the night on Raw after, whether in character or not. Personally, I wouldn't mind it being out of character and going, I can't thank you from the bottom of my heart enough for my career, but this is it. Because it does need to come to an end. I'm a huge Taker fan, but it needs to come to an end.
He's getting old. It's like he's paid his dues. He's done everything for that company. He needs to just rest.
Just rest.
Vince needs to just accept it and let him go.
Yeah, no pun intended. He needs to rest in peace.
Yeah, he does.
That's all he needs to do.
Does.
The other great moment of Raw was Roman storming backstage. Holy shit!
He went into the gorilla position. I was like,
Shane there and stuff.
Like, I'm not talking to you, Shane. I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
It's like,
go talk in the office. It was played perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and it's stuff like this. As I said earlier on, it's starting to get me invested in the match.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would be, but I'm thinking, even though I know the outcome of this match, I'm still invested because he's saying all this stuff about Lesnar, and eventually Lesnar's going to tear him a new arsehole, and it's just going to be so interesting to see.
Yeah. I mean, it's smart storytelling, making the fans think, oh, what a dick Brock is. Yeah, everyone knows he's a dick, but not the whole contract
play on it.
Roman's promos, whether they're written for it or not, is irrelevant in this. He's delivering them perfectly.
He's doing really well.
Of the whole... Everything he's saying is right. Of like, if anybody else didn't turn up for work, whether it's in this company or any of these fans' jobs, they'd be fired or fined or suspended. Repercussions for Brock? Nothing, because he's Vince's boy. And the smartness of Kurt saying, don't say that, and Roman going, get off me.
Don't touch my microphone.
I'm saying what I want to say because it's true. So...
Yeah, I'm liking it.
But the smart thing is having Shane there, of, again, almost breaking the fourth wall of like, oh, this must be real because Shane's there. He's meant to be on SmackDown. And then Vince going, go to commercial, we'll talk about it in the office. Just done perfectly. And the Roman Reigns suspension is because of the little drug thing he's in at the minute. He's some guy
I heard
who's on...
something about it, but that wasn't confirmed that he did he?
Some guy who's on trial... said
that he took some.
Yeah, he sold steroids to Roman Reigns before.
Yeah.
So Roman has to appear in court to plead the case. I think that's all it is.
So it's not an actual suspension. It's literally like giving him breathing room so he can go to court. And
I think so because the main room for before why it looked like they didn't know what they're going to do with Braun. And I do like the direction where they're going with him.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
This is weird. The fact that he went into this Royal Tag Team thing and came out the victor by himself. So it's just going to be him versus the Bar. And he's going to win it by himself.
But it is that kind of element like. Is he allowed to do that? Or is Kurt...
Who's going to stop him?
Well, again, is it Kurt going, you've got to find a partner, or regardless, the rules do say you need a partner, and at WrestleMania, he brings out a surprise partner, whether it be...
Or maybe he, comes out with, Elias or something.
Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, because Elias got fuck all to do.
Yeah.
That would be weird. But I was thinking, at first I was going to say Big Cass.
Yeah.
But...
Isn't he cleared? Or
I'm not sure.
Or
Joe. If you heard Joe's music at Mania, just like, I found your partner then. Oh my god! Joe and Strowman together.
It's like they are taking on the world.
Yeah, and they would win.
Oh yeah!
And they'd be like,
destroy them.
You thought the Bar was a force. Who's going to stop these guys? But again, I do like the idea.
That would be the point where you bring up the Authors of Pain.
Well, yeah, I was thinking...
If you literally, they don't have to bring them up the Monday night after Mania, but... If you're having these guys win the tag matches constantly and no one can go against them and then bring in the Authors of Pain, there's a little bit more legitimacy of thinking, alright, they may be able to take them.
Because what I was originally going to say was the reason they weren't doing a lot with Braun at first was they, again, weren't sure what was going on with Brock's contract, what was going to happen with Reigns' in his court case, and they were thinking, we either might have to do a triple threat here, or... if one of them has to pull out, we need a replacement. And it would have been Braun. But I think Roman and Lesnar are going to appear. It looks like they're just making it a really good storyline.
Yeah, they're using the tools they've got.
If Joe and Braun win, I don't think they'll have the belts for that long. And I don't think it would diminish them. Because if they came out on Raw the next night saying, yeah, we new tag champs, but more face-to-face of, but I don't like you. It's like, well, I don't like you. So it's already... not going to work because they hate each other. If authors come out now and then and say, you think there's no competition? How about these guys? And I could see authors giving them a run for their money, if not actually winning the tag titles the following pay-per-view. So yeah, they've got the fabulous Moolah Battle Royal now, which is great for the
I've heard about that.
the women.
It's quite interesting. Everything else happened on Raw was... I mean, Seth versus... Balor, they're kind of building towards that now.
Yeah, it's smart storytelling again. And it looks like it's going to be Alexa Nia.
Yes, because not the only thing, and I kind of agree with what Sarah was saying when we were watching this. I'm not a massive fan of the fact that they're playing on the fact that she's bigger. Like they're taking a piss and bullying her. Well, I know that sounds stupid. I said to Sarah, yeah, but they've got to build her up and they're trying to push her towards her being a face and to the point where you want Nia to rip her fucking head off.
Yeah.
So I get why they're doing it, but...
It's a bad guy move.
Pick a different category. Don't bully her because she's bigger.
They wouldn't.
You know what I mean? It's very high school playground bullshit, and I'm not too sure I like it this day and age.
But in what if they had gone for something else? All the fans were saying, "We'll go for the weight. It's the obvious thing." But also,
that's the thing. It's obvious.
Yeah,
it's too fucking obvious.
But again, it's a great way to fuel someone, which is what's always working. And Nia wouldn't have. She's probably gave the go ahead. Like, yeah, go for it. If it builds a storyline, because it's so obvious and such a horrible bully thing to do. of course you're going to hate Alexa for it.
And
Of course you want to see Nia rip it to shreds.
And that's what, and that's kind of the one thing I was defending it over. Is the fact that it's a little bit of a horrible subject, but I see the point that they're trying to get across.
Now the card's been kind of updated, it looks like a strong card. I mean, you got the Ronda Triple H thing, Shinsuke AJ is happening. Thank you, God.
The fucking Lord.
Taker Cena looks on the cards. Lesnar Reigns, they're building up brilliantly.
Strowman versus the Bar, and obviously potentially someone else with him.
Yeah. I think the only two they haven't...
Bliss, Nia, Asuka, Charlotte.
Yeah. The few they haven't officially announced yet are Bliss, Nia, the SmackDown Tag Titles, and it will be the finals of the Cruiserweight tournament, which I'm guessing will be thrown in the pre-show anyway.
Probably.
So, yeah, it looks like a strong card. Strong Raw. Yeah. Can't wait for SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to SmackDown. See how that goes. Because start building towards AJ Nakamura now.
I mean, if they do announce on SmackDown, if Daniel and Shane actually collide and Daniel goes, you know what, you, me and Mania, that is the cherry on the cake.
That is the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, and
even though... I still don't know. I still don't know what's going on with this contract thing, and we all want it, but I just feel like I don't think they're going to let it happen.
No, I don't think so, but you never know.
But yeah, if it did happen, cherry on the cake, definitely.
When you got the Hall of Fame thing, Kid Rock, great. Ooh, he's the next entry. Of just a small thing, it's sort of WWE related, because it wasn't false advertising, but they know how to get you. You know, when you see an article, you think, what? And then you read it, you go, oh, all right, kind of false pretenses. It said they've officially confirmed a WWE versus Bullet Club match. And I was like, click. And at a house show, it's WWE UK champion Pete Dunne versus the villain Marty Scurll from the Bullet Club.
Right.
Which is still a great match.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like, alright, I see what you've done there.
Yeah,
very smart. So,
well,
that's cool.
Yeah, let's go for a couple more things for questions.
Yeah.
You know the actress Kristen Wiig? She's from Bridesmaids and all that kind of stuff.
I know who you mean.
You know what I'm about?
Yeah.
She's been cast as Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2. Cheetah's like a pretty staple as a Wonder Woman villain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen her being cast in this role, but
I think she can make it work.
I think she can make it work. She's a good actress, and I'd like to see her in a different role rather than just her standard comedy stuff, and this might be the role that would work for her.
Yeah.
I'm up for seeing something different.
Just for the soppy mums, they probably did this on purpose because it was Mother's Day the other day. I know there's trailers for Mary Poppins Returns, whoop, and Christopher Robin with Ewan McGregor.
Winnie the Pooh.
And Winnie
I
the
looked at it and went, alright.
It was like,
I'm a little bit invested.
I was as well.
I looked at it and I thought it's got the original voice. I was like, I kind of want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, so do I.
I want to see Ewan and Piglet and stuff.
Couldn't give a shit about Mary Poppins. But Christopher Robin, the fact that you brought that childhood thing back and you got Ewan McGregor, who I've always been a fan of.
Yeah. I am kind of up for the Mary Poppins, and I haven't seen the trailer yet. Is it a trailer?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. It's just because I'm not a fan of musicals, but Mary Poppins is a staple and is one of those
everyone knows about Mary.
Everyone loves Mary Poppins. So I'm up for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Christopher Robin thing really kind of got me. I was like, I don't know what it is about it, but I kind of want to see more.
The teaser trailer was very nostalgic up to the last point where it's shown the actress playing Mary Poppins. It's still set in that time period. Because obviously it's not who played it, her originally.
Julie Walters.
It's Julie Walters.
It was.
Julie Walters is Ron Weasley's mum.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Julie Andrews.
Yes. I was close enough. I was halfway there.
I was going to say Julie Walters, Mary Poppins.
I bet the second the people hear that, they go, "No, fucking."
So we've corrected it.
No, we corrected it.
I can't remember. I've seen her in something else. I can't remember what, but it's also. It kind of shows the direction they're going with the movie, so it's like, we'll be loyal to what Mary Poppins presented, but we're going to do that 21st century twist, which is fair enough.
Check the trailer.
Yeah.
John Williams, have you heard what he said, I think it was the end of last week, what he said?
Oh, please don't say he's retiring.
He said after episode 9 he's done.
At least he's doing 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but any Star Wars films after that?
Yeah. Well... I'm not going to bitch about him. Yeah, he's been there in a long time, so...
Just need to get 9 out of the way.
Yeah.
But he said 9 will be his final composing.
Yeah. The thing is, I know composing is not easy, but I can see him saying that, retiring for a few years and then getting the itch again. He just seems...
He's old.
It depends on his health.
He's like 81, I think.
Yeah, it depends on his health. It depends how bored he gets and the itch. Because people always get the itch, so...
and then the last couple of Kevin Feige, Mr. Head Honcho at Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
has basically stated that characters that die in Avengers Infinity War stay dead.
Didn't we cover this in the last one?
Nope.
Or did you talk about it at the pub? Yeah, that's I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Because you don't...
It makes it more impactful.
Yeah, especially with Thanos, you need to have him as a badass, so whoever he kills, he kills.
Yeah.
So it also kind of debunks that potential time jumping thing.
Well, yeah, but it's also the smart way of saying it, because there can be characters you think you saw die, and then at an end credit scene, it turns out, actually, no, they survived that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I don't want any he actually rose from the dead kind of scenes.
I think Cap's dying.
Well,
I thought it was going to be Iron Man before, but after there's an end credit scene at the end of Black Panther, it makes me think, Cap's going.
I'm not going to say, I should probably say if, but I'm going to go with when, because I'm quite confident. But when Vision dies, Vision will not come back. That's the way it needs to go.
My only thing thinks he may survive is that in that teaser trailer from the Super Bowl,
it makes it look obvious.
He looks wounded, and it looks like the Mountain Stone's missing from his head, so that he may have survived it.
It could be one of those where they keep...
Could be a double swerve.
They keep him until part 2 and kill him off then,
Maybe.
or the scene is... Because he obviously gets closer to Scarlet Witch, and maybe it's one of those scenes where he dies in her arms or something. Because it could send Scarlet over the edge. I mean, she's lost Vision, she lost Quicksilver, and she just goes, right, see, me and Thanos, we're on. And there's a classic fight scene.
Then the final one, quickly for questions. Mark Hamill's like a real big fan of... what's his face? That directed the Guardians films.
Forget his name.
Yeah,
well, that guy.
Yeah,
comment below.
They've been talking to each other on Twitter, and basically he's more or less bagged himself a role in Guardians 3.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. Imagine if he was Adam Warlock.
Oh, just
that'd be amazing.
Just make him the bad guy, and I'll be happy because he's proved he can do a bad guy voice, character, whatever, brilliantly. So yeah.
Right, questions.
Let's do this.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Questions
for Josh.
Joshy. How'd you break your fingers? Oh, well, I was a
mega away.
Yes.
Right, there's 2 questions and there's one from me.
Slow day.
Just because I want to have you say it on podcast.
Oh, God. Right. So it's not questions.
Right, okay. Alex77 says, if you could pick one movie series to never exist, which would it be? It has to be one that you've seen. It can't be one.
Oh, one that I've seen. Okay, one that I can't just... I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for this. Purely, I get why it was made, but I personally didn't like it. The Lord of the Rings.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched them all.
Oh, okay.
I just...
Yeah, I thought you'd want to say that.
It just doesn't...
You know, it's not your thing, is
it?
You're fucking wrong.
It doesn't appeal to me. The Shadow of War games do. But, if we were going to go with films I hadn't seen, I would have gone with 50 Shades or Paddington. Yeah. For something about that...
The first Paddington I thought was quite good.
There's something about that bear that pisses me off, man.
Because he's an idiot.
Not just that. I mean, I hated the cartoon as well. It's just something about that fucking bear.
Fair enough.
He's trying to be Winnie the Pooh, and he's not.
See, if it were me, I'd get rid of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans.
Ah, fair enough.
Gone.
Yeah, all right.
They never existed.
Fair
Easy. Then at Jeff_Trek asks, who would you prefer to play the Joker in the Origin movie? Because apparently the rumour is that it's going to be Joaquin Phoenix. So if you had the choice, who would you go for?
Purely because of more of his recent performances, probably DiCaprio. Leonardo
Well, there was rumours that he might be as well.
I know there was, and I just thought...
So you think it's a nice fit, then?
I wouldn't have said that a few years ago, but I've seen how... Have you heard about that famous scene in Django where he cuts his hand? And he just carries on, and he's almost got that manic laugh thing. And the fact is like, right, it's almost a Joker-esque thing to do, to be genuinely hurt, but still have that manic forward look. It's like, you put that into a character kind of basis, and you've got magic there. So I think you'd be able to pull it off. It's hard to think, because it's such a unique character. A lot of unique people have made their own twists on them. Because, my favourite actor is Tom Hardy, but I don't think he could do the Joker. He's just not that build or look.
Yeah, it's not his thing.
No. So I mean, some people would say Jim Carrey. But
he's too old.
He's too old, and
same thing. William Dafoe. I would have happily had him as the Joker, but he's too old now.
Yeah, and he's too. I know Jim Carrey's proved he can do serious dark movies, but he's too childlike.
We'd be worried he'd do too much of the Riddler type feel. We don't want that. It needs to be darker.
That's the problem now. Riddler, when he was the Riddler, it was more Joker. And if he played Joker now, is that what he's just doing the Riddler again?
Yeah, so, it's just too much cross wires.
Yeah, so I'll stick with DiCaprio until I think of someone better.
The last question is obviously for me, because I want you to say it to the people.
So it's a core request, not a question.
Who did you try and chat up in Liverpool?
Chat up?
Yeah, you know what I'm on about.
Oh!
The story that you told me the other night.
A deaf chick. Yeah, forgot about that. See, for a moment there, I thought you were talking about where I tried to shake the blind man's hand, but that was in Birmingham. No. So I've had a good run with these, handicapped people.
Tell them the story. Well, make it a short version.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. The short version is: girl sits down next to me. I'm trying to think. Oh, she's all right.
Music
blaring. She got tattoos. One tattoo shows she's a Dexter fan. Obviously watch Dexter videos. Make it look obvious that I'm watching a video on my phone, not a blink. Okay. I'll go and dance to some rock music. So obviously a rock chick. Dance to the next rock song that came on.
It was the Foo Fighters. You had a Foo Fighters tattoo.
It was Foo Fighters or Chili Peppers. I can't remember if I got them mixed up.
We'll go with Foo Fighters.
Yeah, we'll go. It was a rock song. Not a fucking... yawn or whatever, sat back down, sweat her tits off, friend comes in, starts sign language to each other. So I used music and audio video to try and pull a deaf girl. So, yeah, that's that.
I just want to hear it again.
Thing is, even talking back, I keep thinking I should write a book.
You fucking should.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like I even said, this kind of shit can only happen to you.
Yeah, maybe I should start a diary.
If it happened to Dan or to Matt or any of our other friends, it wouldn't be half as funny.
Yeah, that's probably because it just seems like something that would happen to me. So maybe I should do like Carl's diary and just write a diary of this kind of stuff.
Start making your own podcast and just like 2-minute entries.
Yeah, so similar to like Austin's podcast. Like, this motherfucking fly in the shower was swinging a beer for the working man, and I got an Uber. I don't know what I'm yelling. Okay.
So yeah, that's 21 over with.
Yeah, well, the next one will be a big one because WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think we're mainly going to be talking about Mania, guys. There'll be a couple of bits in there. Saying that, we will be talking about Infinity War.
Well, I will probably try and catch it before.
Actually, no, we won't. April 27th it comes out.
Oh, so there you go then. We won't be talking about Infinity War.
So no, it will mainly be WrestleMania. I imagine there'll be a few more like trailers and bits and bobs, but I think the bulk of it will be Mania talk.
Yeah, so you can look forward to that.
Hopefully we'll get a guest star to sit with us until a guest star, which means another friend.
We'll get Brock Lesnar in. He won't show up.
Yeah. So, like, subscribe, and we'll see you again in a month.
Bye.
Bye.